These days, pretty much every website has a dark mode toggle if you search for it hard enough, but to developers who are just starting out, building one might seem like a daunting task, especially when you try to look up a shortcut and you find a repository full of 1,000 files. But don't worry, in this video I'll show you how to create a dark mode toggle just like this. Not only can you toggle the dark mode, but the browser even saves your preference for next time you visit the site. And all of this can be done in one single JavaScript file using JQuery. So, let's cook. So I pre-built a nice landing page here for us to work with. It has some nice animations and it was built purely using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Here's the HTML code for it. You'll notice here that I have a folder for my CSS. Inside that folder, I have a subfolder named themes where I have light.css and dark.css. Basically, dark.css is the style sheet that should apply when I switch my website to dark mode, and light should be the one that applies when I switch to light mode. Comment.css is for placement and anything else that doesn't really affect the theme. Here on my HTML, you can see that I've set the theme style sheet after comment.css and is currently set to light. When I change this to dark.css, we get to see what dark mode looks like. Very nice. I'll go ahead. To start off implementing this dark mode toggle, I'll go ahead and create a simple button for the dark mode toggle, giving it a unique ID and a font awesome icon. This button will appear to the right of the navbar, that is, on the top right of the page. So now we have a button there, it just doesn't do anything yet. To start off making this functional, I'll give the link tag a special ID which I'll use to reference to it later on. You can see here that I've already added my jQuery CDN. You can find it on CDN.js using a simple Google search. It should be the first result. The next thing we'll do is create a JavaScript file for our theme switcher logic. I'll call it theme.js. I'll immediately add it to the HTML so that I don't forget. So as is best practice, I'll start by checking that the page is ready to work with. First things first, let's define our themes. We'll use an object called themes that holds all our theme data in one place. And by theme data, I mean the path of the style sheet and the class name of the icon. Next up, let's create a function called setTheme. This function will take theme as an argument and update the page by changing the style sheet. We're using jQuery to target the href attribute of the style sheet link element with the ID theme style sheet that I set earlier. When this function runs, it dynamically loads the correct CSS file based on the selected theme. Now we need to actually switch between these themes when a button is clicked. We're toggling between light and dark modes by updating the current theme variable through a sequence of conditional statements. Then we'll call the setTheme to apply the change. At this point, you can test your theme switcher. The page should switch between light and dark modes when you click the button, but every time you refresh the page, the theme will reset to light. Let's fix that next. First, I'll make sure that each time the user changes the theme, it will be saved to local storage. Then further up in the code, I'll check if the theme is already stored in local storage when the page loads. If so, I'll apply that theme. If no theme is found, we will default it to light mode. Now we can see that the theme is persistent across page reloads, but there's one last thing I want to make sure of, which is that the theme icon changes according to the theme. We'll modify the setTheme function to also change the icon. This targets the theme icon element and updates its class to match the selected theme. Now, when you switch themes, the icon will also change between a sun and a moon. And there we go. We have a fully functioning dark mode toggle all contained within a single file. Thanks for watching. If this video helped, like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.